Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to this week's episode of Friday Fire. My name is Sam and I am the Small Business Surgeon. Guys, thank you so much for being here. It really does make my day when I see those listener numbers going up, when I see the subscriber numbers going up, when I see the shares and the likes on the posts and on the podcast. It really makes this all worthwhile. Thank you so much. My name's Sam. I am the Small Business Surgeon, and I teach entrepreneurs the accountability, the discipline, and the strategies they need to achieve sustainable business growth without the pain of burnout and chronic stress. And so, quick ad, if that sounds like you, run on over to FollowSam.Live and click to apply to join the clinic. You might like the results. All right, what are we going to talk about today? What's the subject for today's Friday Fire? It is routines. What are you doing every single day? What do you do with your time, and how do you apply that time to the things you need to do to move the needle in your business and in your life? And I'm talking about this because I thought, as the small business surgeon, my job was going to be going in and fixing businesses. And fixing businesses is secondary to actually fixing entrepreneurs, which is what I found out over 3 years of doing this. And so I focus a lot of my time on fixing the people that run the companies, because the company is a direct extension of the person that runs it, and of all their emotions, and of all their feelings, and of all their things. And so we've all got different things we want to do in life, and we've all got different things we want to achieve, and there is no one size fits all answer. Excuse me. All your answers are your own. So no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do and what you want to achieve and what you set up. And so people talk a lot about work-life balance. I think that exists more when you have a job. When you have a job, you can shut things off at 5 o'clock and you don't have to worry about work until the next day. But when you do what we do, when you're an entrepreneur, it's constant. Even when you shut things off, you're always thinking about work. And so what I want to share with you today is how I manage my days and how I manage my times so I don't get work-life balance. I get work-life integration. Both of them go together at once. And you really, if you want to be an entrepreneur, your work is your life. So there is no balance. You have to integrate them. And this is how I integrate my work and my life. All right, so I prioritized the things that were important to me. I do this, I do it myself and with my partner, Nina. We prioritize our things probably once a quarter, maybe a little less frequency than that, but we do run in 90-day bursts. So right now I'm on day 71 of a 90-day sprint to accomplish a bunch of stuff. So I'll tell you kind of how I set it up. At the beginning of this sprint, Nina and I went over all the things we wanted to do. Everything from top to bottom. Get in better shape. We want to spend more time together, be more attentive to the kids, and be more focused on raising our families. What else was there? Build the business, obviously. Bring in more clients, stabilize our new brands, and get them paying for themselves. And there's a whole lot of goals that we set. So what I would have you do, obviously, is write down everything you want to do, but not just everything you want to do in business, everything you want to do in life that's bringing you towards that ideal version of yourself that gets to wake up and live their dream day every day. Write down what that dream day is and what it looks like to you. And you're going to come up with 100 fucking things. There's going to be stuff everywhere. You write it all out in a list, and then you start discussing the list either with your partner or with yourself. Just make two little voices in your head and start analyzing the pros and cons of everything you want to achieve. And what you'll find out, that every time you make this list, there are 3 or 4 things on there that are far more important to you than just about anything else. They stand out. They say, okay, these are the things that if we do these things, they're going to move the needle for us and move us in the right direction for where we want to go. And so when you write all these things out, you can see clearly what your priorities should be. Discuss it with your partner, because you're going to go all in on these, and you're going to weave these priorities into your day so you can integrate your work and your life, because they both happen at the same time as entrepreneurs. There's no go to work and shut it off at 5. It's all happening all in one big ball, all at the same time. So what you've got to do is control that fucking ball and control that time as best as you can. And again, there's no set answer to this. There's no fucking one size fits all thing. This is you making this for you, customizing it for you, and living your dreams. So the way I set up, right, health is important to me. I'm 43 years old. I've beaten obesity. I've beaten alcoholism. And, you know, it's very, very easy to gain 2 pounds a month by just normal American living. The way we are as a culture, the way our relationship with food is. And it's been really cool, actually, since COVID, since people started spending more time at the house and looking after themselves a little bit more. It's really cool to see the number of people, especially in my circles, that are into health and fitness and that are actually starting to take care of themselves. You know, I take vitamins, I take fucking collagen peptides, I go to the doctor, I get blood work done, I know what's going on. So health and fitness is important to me. And then it's also one of the things that I've struggled to fall in love with the process of. I think that's the most politically correct way to say that. I fucking hate going and running. I don't enjoy working out. I don't enjoy being on a diet. But I do enjoy how it feels after I've run. After I get out the shower and my body's like just lit up because I went and got 30 or 45 minutes of cardio done. And so I find the best way to structure health and fitness is I do it first thing in the morning. I wake up, I do my gratitude, and I get out the door. I go out the house. I get out for 45 minutes to an hour, just depending on what work I'm doing. But by putting it first, I'm kind of eating the frog. I put my least favorite thing first. And again, I love how it feels when I'm done. So when I get finished, you know, I can still tell my sleepy body, hey, get the fuck out the door. Get your water in, get running, get moving. I can tell my body that, and he will very grumpily respond. But ultimately, I'm in charge of my body and not him. And so the first part of my day, I dedicate to gratitude and to exercise, knowing that if I don't do the exercise in the morning, it's not going to get me amped up for the day. And by the evening time, I can pretty easily go, oh, well, you know, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, and then the exercise skips. So what I've done for this 90 days is commit to doing 75 Hard, which is a program by Andy Frisella. You can check out his work over at the Real AF podcast. He's a really, really positive influence on me and on the material I produce and on the way I live my life. So go check out that podcast. But like, by getting this stuff out of the way, it makes sure I get it done. And by having 75 Hard, it keeps me very accountable because I got this little tracking app and I go, all right, I wake up, I work out. So I do my gratitude while I'm brushing my teeth, and I do my I am statement, which is like the cloak you put on every day that tells you how to act. And we go over that more in the clinic, obviously. But I do my I am statement while I'm out doing cardio. So gratitude while I'm brushing my teeth and getting ready, and then I am statement while I'm out doing cardio. So I get all those things knocked out before fucking 6:15, right? And I know that sounds like it's early, but you know, I do the school run every day. I go pick up my boy Charlie from his mom, and I get to see my boys like every day, and that's important to me. So exercise and gratitude first, I am statement, and then school run, and that carries me to about 7:45. And by 8 o'clock, I'm sitting outside drinking coffee, reading a book, making a social media post, and getting set up for the day. I do not take any calls or meetings if I can avoid it before 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. is when work starts. And what I do with my work day is I do the heavy lifting in the morning. I do all the difficult stuff as early as possible, and I can get it out of the way. I rarely schedule any kind of podcast or any kind of interview or any kind of creative work in the mornings. Mornings are for looking at spreadsheets, talking to the team, getting tasks done that move the business forward, and generally like the heavy lift stuff that needs to be done. Because, you know, I like working, and I like working very hard, but I don't like working all day. So I find that if I stack my mornings with the shit that I don't really fancy doing, that I just brute force my way through it. That's it. And yeah, I do enjoy it. I say brute force, but no, I enjoy doing this stuff. I enjoy being a part of it. I enjoy the work I do, and I'm blessed to do what I do for a living. I mean, how many people here get to operate companies and teach entrepreneurs? I mean, it's a real blessing that I get to do it. And so when I'm structuring my day, I put all the shit that I don't want to do at the beginning of it. And so by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right, I'm done with the hard part of the day. And it's not freewheeling after that. It's not coasting after that. No, not at all. But it's a much easier day and much easier things to swallow because I've already done all the hard stuff. And so I highly advise front end loading your days. Once you've got your priorities written down, right, whatever they are, then you can put them into an order so you get them done. And you take the things you don't particularly like to do, but you have to do. Right? I always wash dishes between 8 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, if I've got a sink full of dishes, I'll put the coffee on and then I'll jump in the fucking dishes and get them done and get them knocked out. Right? And you can knock out a sink full of dishes while the coffee's brewing, and then you get the coffee, go outside and read your book, make your social media posts. Right? So you guys stack that front end up with the stuff you don't particularly care to do, but you have to do as an adult anyway, and you get it knocked out. And then so by 1 o'clock, I spend generally from 1 to 3 recording content or interviewing people or writing and scripting stuff or whatever it may be. But I use it for the more creative side of my business. I use it for the more enjoyable stuff. 1 to 3 is like the fun time at work. That's when the good stuff gets done. And then after 3, I head out on the school run, pick up my kids, and I'm with my kids till a minimum of 5:30. And that 2.5 hours is sacred. But having a business and having a life and getting to decide where I integrate my kids into that and where I integrate everything else into it, that's the whole point of this. It's the freedom to do that. And so, I mean, I might take a text message or two or answer a Telegram chat or two, but for the most part, between 3 and 5:30 or so, I'm with my boys, and that's it. That's it. Game over. Now, on the days where I've got them where they're staying at my house and stuff like that, then yeah, I will work a little bit in that time, and we'll reorganize and we'll spend the evening together. We'll have dinner and stuff. But you know, the days they're with their mom, I still get them in the afternoons, and I still very much enjoy that time. So I protect that time, and that's okay. You're allowed to do that. So do you see, by doing the heavy lifting first, getting all the frogs eaten, all the stuff you don't want to do, stacking that up at the beginning of the day, right? And doing my gratitude and doing my reading, so my mindset is right for the day, so I know what I'm doing and I can be grateful that I'm doing it, right? The rest of my days just kind of whiz on by. It's not freewheeling, there is effort involved. And then after I drop my kids off, I've got that 4-hour window between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. to do whatever I choose. And most of the time, whatever I choose is editing content, making social media posts, and then networking, talking to people, and I'll work in some client calls in the evenings, just depending on what's going on. And so I've got those distinct blocks of time that I use. I've got the 5 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning, exercise, fitness, getting the day set up, getting the school run done, seeing my boys, right? So that's a very important block. And then I've got 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock, where it's coffee, reading, and social media, and no real work. I'll answer some Telegram messages if the teams are in there. You know, we've got teams in we got them in India, we got them in West Coast, we got them in East Coast. So it's a whole time cycle. So you never know when you're answering messages. We've got traffic sources in Amsterdam, we've got traffic sources in Ukraine, we've got traffic sources in America. There's all kinds of different stuff going on every single day. But by protecting that morning, getting my health and fitness done and getting my reading done and my journaling and everything else, by 9 o'clock I've got that block, 9 to 1, heavy lifting. So take the tasks you don't like doing, take the tasks that are like, oh God, I got to get this done, and front end load your day. Get all the heavy shit done out the way, and then I've got the time block after lunch where I do the creative fun stuff. Then I've got a time block with my family, enjoying being a dad, and then I've got a time block in the evenings that I can use for whatever other tasks I have to do. And that's how I separate my days. That's how I build my days, and that's how I prioritize the things that are important to me. And so I want to be great at guitar and piano and drums. And so a couple of days a week, I take that 6 to 10 block, and there's a 30-minute guitar session in there. And that's okay. It's part of life. Thursday nights, I do a 5 o'clock business networking event that runs to 7 o'clock. And then from 7:30 to 9:30, I go meet my friends and we play in a guitar circle. And it's wonderful. But you see how I integrate the stuff I want to do with the stuff I have to do and with all my priorities. And I'm trying to let you know that there is no such thing as work-life balance in this entrepreneur world. Excuse me. But it's okay to stack your priorities, get things done, and then, for example, take Saturday morning off and watch football. I thoroughly enjoy watching football that's taking place in England, and it's a Saturday morning activity. So, pretty much I might spend 3 hours on a Saturday morning playing on my phone, creating social media content and watching football. And I thoroughly enjoy football. So why not? Because it's a part of life. I'll work for a few hours on a Saturday too. I'll combine stuff. I work for a few hours on a Sunday. No big deal, because I get to take off whenever I want. If I want to go on a Thursday and look at a ranch with a client, right? It's not a big deal. I can put it in the calendar. I can move things around my time blocks, and I integrate my work into my life. And that's kind of what I got to teach you guys. Like, there's no off switch for this. Okay. So knowing that, and knowing that you're obsessed with your business, and knowing that you're obsessed with your goals and you want to hit your goals, and that you can't turn it off, and you can't say no to clients, and that you can't put down your phone, knowing all that, how do we live the best possible lives as entrepreneurs? It's by controlling it, and it's by integrating it into our day-to-day lives, so we're the ones in control. We choose when to press the buttons. We choose when to take the action. And as long as the action gets done every day, or every week, or every month, just depending on what it is, as long as those actions get done, you're going to find your life moves a lot better, and it's a lot more organized. And you'll look at the end of 90 days and you'll go, oh, wow, I hit every single one of those goals I set. I took care of every single one of those priorities. Because again, you're highlighting 3 or 4 priorities that you're working together on as a couple or as a team or by yourself, if that's how you are. But you're highlighting those priorities and you're working on them for 90 days straight. And then by the end of that 90 days, you can really, really see a difference, because instead of trying to balance your work and your life, you've managed to integrate your life with your work. And that should be the goal. All right. That is going to do it for me for today. Remember, guys, I do teach this. I teach entrepreneurs accountability, discipline, and the strategies they need in order to achieve sustainable business growth without the pain of burnout and chronic fucking stress. And if that sounds like you and you need a little bit of help, go to FollowSam.Live, head up the clinic, and I'll see you on the inside. All right, that's going to do it from me for today. Check out the show Monday. We've got an awesome interview with a very special lady that I really enjoyed talking to. So you're going to love that. Please be sure, hit the subscribe button. And if you like what you're getting, do me a favor, go to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. It helps to grow the show. It helps to expand the audience, and it helps to impact more and more entrepreneurs. All right, I'll see you guys Monday. Take care. Have a great weekend. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the show for today. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed the conversation that we've had and you want to learn a little bit more about the systems and processes involved in running businesses online, join our Facebook group over at FollowSam.Live. All right, that's it from me for today. You'll be good, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.